Los Angeles, 1947. The city was a sprawling metropolis, a beacon of hope and opportunity for many. It was a place where dreams were made, but also where nightmares were born. The post-war boom had brought prosperity, but it also cast long, dark shadows. The city of dreams, bathed in sunshine and shadowed by vice. Hollywood's glitz and glamour masked a darker underbelly, where crime and corruption festered. The nightlife was vibrant, yet it hid secrets in its shadowy corners. The streets were alive with the hustle and bustle of people chasing their dreams, but not all dreams had happy endings. But even this city, accustomed to the darkness lurking beneath its glamour, was unprepared for the horror that would soon unfold. The residents of Los Angeles were used to scandal and intrigue, but what they were about to discover would haunt them for years to come. On a bleak January morning, the city would shudder at the sight that awaited. The fog hung low, casting an eerie pall over the streets. It was on this morning that a passerby made a gruesome discovery that would send shockwaves through the community. A young woman's body, severed at the waist, lay discarded in a vacant lot. The scene was horrific, the brutality of the crime evident in the way her body was left. The police were called, and soon the area was swarming with officers and reporters, all trying to make sense of the macabre scene before them. Her name, whispered on the lips of every Angelino, was Elizabeth Short. She was a young woman with dreams of making it big in Hollywood, but her life was cut tragically short. As news of the crime spread, the city was gripped by fear and fascination. Who could have committed such a heinous act? But soon, the world would know her as the Black Dahlia. The media frenzy that followed turned her into a symbol of the dark side of Hollywood. Her story became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the dangers that lurked beneath the surface of the city of dreams. The mystery of her death would captivate the public and remain unsolved, a haunting reminder of the city's darkest hour. Elizabeth Short, a small-town girl with big dreams, journeyed to Hollywood seeking fame and fortune. Her heart, filled with aspirations of becoming a starlet, led her down the glittering yet treacherous path of the silver screen. She was a captivating presence, with her porcelain skin, jet black hair, and a smile that could light up a room. But fate, it seemed, had other plans for Elizabeth. The discovery of Elizabeth's mutilated body sent shockwaves through the city. The brutality of the crime, the chilling precision of the cuts, painted a picture of a killer both cold and calculating. Newspaper headlines screamed of the gruesome details, igniting a firestorm of fear and speculation. Who was this monster hiding in their midst, preying on innocent dreams? The LAPD launched a full-scale investigation determined to bring the perpetrator to justice. Detectives worked tirelessly, following a trail of cryptic clues and dead ends. The pressure mounted with each passing day as the city held its breath, desperate for answers. The investigation would delve into the darkest corners of Hollywood, exposing the underbelly of glamour and the secrets it concealed. As the investigation unfolded, a cast of characters emerged from the shadows, each with their own secrets and stories that added layers of complexity to the case. The detectives, with their trench coats and fedoras, meticulously pieced together clues, hoping to unravel the mystery that had gripped the city. The air was thick with tension, and every new piece of evidence seemed to lead them down a darker path. Elizabeth Short, known to many as the Black Dahlia, was at the center of this web. Her life, though tragically cut short, was filled with dreams of stardom and a desire to escape the mundane. Friends described her as vivacious and full of life, yet there was an air of mystery about her that intrigued and puzzled those who knew her. There was George Hodel, a prominent doctor with a dark side, whose intelligence was matched only by his disturbing proclivities. Hodel was a man of many talents, but his fascination with the macabre and his questionable ethics made him a prime suspect. His connections to the art world and the underbelly of society painted a picture of a man who thrived in the shadows. His intelligence matched only by his disturbing proclivities. Hodel's medical expertise and his access to surgical tools made him a person of interest. The detectives couldn't ignore the eerie similarities between his professional skills and the precision of the crime. His enigmatic personality and his ability to manipulate those around him added to the suspicion. And then there was Leslie Dillon, a former mortician whose knowledge of the human anatomy eerily aligned with the precision of the crime. Dillon's background in mortuary science gave him an unsettling familiarity with death. His calm demeanor and his ability to handle the macabre with ease made him another key figure in the investigation. His knowledge of the human anatomy eerily aligning with the precision of the crime. Dylan's past was filled with dark tales and whispers of his involvement in other unsolved cases. The detectives couldn't shake the feeling that he knew more than he was letting on. His interactions with Elizabeth Short, though seemingly innocent, were scrutinized for any hidden motives. But were these men truly capable of such monstrous acts? The city was rife with rumors, and the media frenzy only added to the chaos. Each suspect had their own alibis and stories, but the detectives knew that someone was hiding the truth. The shadows of suspicion loomed large, and the quest for justice for Elizabeth Short became a race against time. The investigation was far from over, and the answers lay buried deep within the darkness of human nature. Whispers in the dark. Theories swirled like dust devils in the California wind. Some whispered of a scorned lover driven to madness by jealousy. Others pointed to the mob, their ruthless grip on the city an open secret. The name of the Zodiac Killer, a phantom who terrorized California years later, was even thrown into the mix, his own cryptic messages seeming to echo the Black Dahlia's unsolved murder. The Black Dahlia's legacy. Despite the relentless efforts of the police and the passage of time, the Black Dahlia case remains unsolved. The identity of the killer, lost to the annals of history, continues to haunt the city of Los Angeles. Elizabeth Short, forever young, forever frozen in time, became an enduring symbol of Hollywood's dark side, a cautionary tale whispered in the shadows of the Dream Factory. Unsolved and unforgotten. The Black Dahlia's murder serves as a chilling reminder that some mysteries may never be solved. It forces us to confront the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface, the evil that can touch even the most promising of lives, but it also reminds us of the importance of seeking justice, of never forgetting the victims, and of striving to understand the complexities of the human condition. Beyond the headlines. When we think of the 1940s, we often picture a world in black and white, a time of war and recovery. But beyond the headlines of global conflict and political upheaval, there were stories that gripped the public's imagination in a different way. Stories of mystery, intrigue, and unsolved crimes that have continued to captivate us to this day. The Black Dahlia case is just one of many unsolved mysteries that continue to captivate and intrigue. In 1947, the brutal murder of Elizabeth Short, known posthumously as the Black Dahlia, shocked the nation. Her case remains one of the most famous unsolved murders in American history. The gruesome details and the lack of resolution have kept this case in the public eye for decades, inspiring countless books, movies, and theories. If you found this story compelling, I invite you to delve deeper into the world of true crime. The 1940s were a time when true crime stories began to gain significant traction, with magazines and books dedicated to recounting these dark tales. Libraries and archives are treasure troves of information, waiting for curious minds to uncover the secrets of the past. From the comfort of your home, you can explore these stories and perhaps find new insights that have eluded investigators for years. Explore the cases that have baffled investigators for decades, from the mysterious disappearance of individuals to the perplexing motives behind heinous crimes. Each file, each document, holds a piece of the puzzle. The dedication and hard work of detectives, both past and present, are evident in the meticulous records they kept. These archives are not just collections of paper, they are the living history of human curiosity and the relentless pursuit of justice. Unravel the tangled webs of evidence where every clue, no matter how small, could be the key to solving the mystery. The process of collecting and analyzing evidence has evolved over the years, but the fundamental principles remain the same. It's a meticulous and often painstaking process, requiring patience, attention to detail, and a keen analytical mind. Imagine yourself in the shoes of a detective, piecing together fragments of information to form a coherent picture and draw your own conclusions. True crime invites us to become armchair detectives, to question, to hypothesize, and to seek out the truth. It's a journey that challenges our perceptions and tests our critical thinking skills. As you immerse yourself in these stories, you'll find that the line between fact and fiction often blurs, and the truth can be stranger than any fiction. Remember, every victim has a story. Behind every case is a person, a life cut short, and a family left searching for answers. These stories are not just about the crimes, they are about the people who were affected by them. They remind us of the fragility of life and the importance of seeking justice for those who can no longer speak for themselves. Every case, a puzzle waiting to be solved. The world of true crime is vast and complex, filled with stories that challenge our understanding of human nature. As you explore these cases, you'll find that each one is a piece of a larger puzzle, a puzzle that continues to intrigue and fascinate us. So take a step beyond the headlines and dive into the mysteries that have stood the test of time.